Where do I start? Start with the best part. You all right?
Yeah, well, it'll make it look more believable.
I can't leave you alone for a minute, can I? You in hell, kid?
Or you can just go with the Bubblicious Jesus.
No, this is bubble gum.
You all right? Everything you touch does turn to shit.
You say we really ruined this guy's day.
Evening, lads.
My friends call me Sully.
Nathan Drake.
Sam? It's good to see you again, Nathan. You good? Yeah. Hey, something like that happened to me once.
Where'd you move here from, dumb?
Why? Before we begin, I just want to say, I'm sorry. To both Alpha and Omega and the Lorax, I deeply apologize. I'm sorry, Alpha and Omega. I called you the worst movie ever. I'm sorry, Lorax. I called you the worst adaptation ever. I mean, fuck, I put them in the titles, didn't I? As we all know, opinions will never change. I guess I really screwed the pooch on this one. The thing is, I didn't think the Uncharted movie would happen, and part of me really hoped it wouldn't. So Uncharted, right? Nathaniel Drake, Nathaniel B. Uncharted is one of my favorite franchises ever. With Uncharted 1, in spite of its age, having phenomenal writing, great characters, exciting action scenes, but especially the characters and writing. Who could forget the lovable, quirky Nathan Drake, the treasure-hunting descendant of Sir Francis Drake, or his shady mentor, Victor Goddamn Sullivan, or the often headstrong Elena Fisher. If you want to know how to write dialogue alone, play Uncharted. I'm not joking about this. It's a very simple story told really well about 4 people looking for the lost treasure of El Dorado. On the surface, yeah, it's just Indiana Jones, National Treasure, what have you. Once you actually engage with the game, it's actually kind of a parody of it, giving Uncharted this much more fun, wittier identity.
Nate, be careful.
Come on. I always am. Ah! I did not see that!
The dialogue in this game is fantastic. The characters bounce off of each other just so amazingly, and further given life by the amazing performances. However, the real masterpiece is Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2 is my favorite game of all time. Uncharted 2 is a masterwork in character-driven writing. It is an incredible experience. What Uncharted 1 did is elevated in the second game. You have that in Medias Res opening, a scene that's so much more powerful when you find out what happened leading up to it. You have a new character named Chloe Fraser, who I want to step on my balls. You have one of the best love triangles of all time, and I fucking hate love triangles. The dialogue is somehow even better in this game. It's snappy, it's fun, it's so good the game speaks for itself.
Drake has been spotted in Sector 18.
Oh, crap. Any chance this is Sector 19?
Careful.
Christ almighty.
Just kidding. And from there, we're in. Yeah, in like Flynn, right?
What?
In like Flynn.
I don't get it.
Just give me a boost.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those were terrifying.
What's a 10?
Clowns?
Clowns over my death?
I hate
Clowns?
clowns. I hate clowns.
The result is just a near perfect experience. And as for Uncharted 3 and 4, these games continue the same tradition. It's that a character-driven take on the treasure hunting genre we all know and love. And while I don't love 3 and 4 as much as 1 or 2, they're still incredibly well written, and I appreciate them for diving deeper into the Nathan Drake character, revealing certain parts of his past and heritage, while also just being really good conclusions.
Let's go golfing.
I could make a video each on every one of these games. That's how autistic I am about them. They mean so much to me. They're just fucking great games, okay? And in my opinion, they're tailor-made to be made into movies. And honestly, why wouldn't you? These characters and stories deserve to be shared, put into a new medium, given new life to new fans, and hopefully maybe even get them to check out the game. Now, yes, video game movies tend to suck, but Uncharted seems tailor-made to be a movie. All of the characters are fun and colorful. The dialogue's pretty much already written. All you gotta do is just make a few changes to the script. I mean, hell, with that alone, you already have at least a 4-movie franchise. What could possibly go wrong? So it turns out, fucking everything went wrong. Both production-wise and in terms of the actual movie. This movie was in development since 2008, went through a shit ton of rewrites, and 7 directors. The first 6, David O. Russell, Neil Burger, Seth Gordon, Sean Levy, Dan Trachtenberg, and Travis Knight. All of them, for one reason or another, joined the project and then left. That's why I wasn't sure if the Uncharted movie would even exist, because it seemed like for so many years it just wouldn't. And then they got the guy who made Venom to finish the damn thing. And then something worse happened. The movie came out. And I'm not exaggerating, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. Is it objectively the worst movie ever? Maybe not. But it is everything that I hate in movies. It's my new least favorite. It completely misses the appeal, the point, everything that makes the original game so great. If you thought the Lorax was bad, and I did too, trust me, I did. At least that movie followed the basic narrative structure. It didn't hit the bullseye at all, but it got on the target somewhere. Uncharted takes its bow and arrow, goes to the nearest basketball court, and starts trying to fucking dribble with it. It actively sickens me to think about it. And yet, apparently, I'm fucking crazy, because people actually like this thing. Why was this financially successful? You want more of this? Well, apparently you guys do, because I made a YouTube community post shitting on this movie, saying it's my next review project, etc., etc. And look, I'm sorry, I don't want to be a fucking asshole, but some of the comments I got were fucking brain dead. I'm sorry, but it's not that bad. It's just mediocre. Why are you so bad? Okay, why would I pay $20 to see a mediocre movie that, spoiler alert, barely adapts any of the fucking game, when I can watch the original, objectively better versions of the story, the original stories that, you know, won game awards for free on YouTube? I thought it was not that bad if you judge it on its own. The movie is called Uncharted. If the movie is based on Uncharted, then it would be completely normal of me to expect an adaptation of Uncharted. I'm sorry, but how could you say that Uncharted is on the same level of lazy pandering dullness as the Wolf Love movie? Well, spoiler alert, the Uncharted movie is also lazy pandering dullness.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Look, guys, it's Sam Drake from Uncharted. Clap for our movie because we put Sam Drake in it, and ignored all the narrative punch of revealing that Nathan Drake has a brother at the end of the series. Look, guys, it's the plane scene from Uncharted 3 minus all the narrative tension. Are you implying the Uncharted movie isn't lazy pandering dullness? Sounds like to me it's cut from the same fucking cloth. Sad how everyone seems to think a movie adaptation needs to tell the plot of the game shot for shot. Comic book movies have done Okay, shut the fuck up. You do realize that comic books have like a million different continuities, right? Comic books can't be one-to-one because what is there to be one-to-one for? Also, way to ignore the comic book adaptations that are pretty much one-to-one. Now look, I am not a purist, and I really don't think an adaptation has to be one-to-one, but it should at least carry the essence. Like, is Scott Pilgrim a one-to-one retelling of the books? No, of course not. But most of the story, the style, and the humor from the books is all there, intact and creatively adapted, as it should be, because it's an adaptation. And that's what the Uncharted movie should have been. But it isn't. It's not an adaptation. On its own, it's a forgettable movie. The kind of movie you'd find on a fucking Tubi. But that's the thing. It's not trying to be a thing on its own. It's fucking Uncharted. If you're going to make an adaptation, give me a reason to watch your adaptation over the original. But Uncharted the movie doesn't give me a reason. This is not the Uncharted universe hopping onto the screen. It is an unambitious slap to the face. Fuck, dude, I've been sitting here for 10 fucking minutes. You think I'm happy? You think I'm smiling? So our film opens in an N. Medias Res opening. Oh, so it's just like like Uncharted 2. Only now the set piece is the plane scene from Uncharted 3, missing the entire context that Uncharted 3 set piece is easily the craziest up to that point. Way to blow your load super early, franchise.
Man only interested in the climax.
Also, the way Uncharted 2 opens is way more entertaining, with Nate frantically downplaying everything.
That's my blood. That's my blood. It's a lot of my blood.
Well, in the Uncharted movie, he gets his famous "oh crap," and that's it. He doesn't talk to himself, he doesn't have any charisma. You aren't actively seeing him cope with the situation around him. You're just given a reference to a much better character. Oh no, wait, there is one joke in this scene.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry! That was purely reactive!
And it's incredibly weak. Also, wow, this looks like fucking garbage. It's so obviously CG, which is crazy because the games are also CG. Because they're video games. And look about 5 million times better, at least. We then cut to a flashback with Sam Drake, where Nathan Drake's a little witty baby now. Also, nice text motion tracking, you dumbasses. Did it take you 15 minutes in After Effects to do this? Anyways, first problem, Sam Drake is here. As I said earlier, this is a character who wasn't revealed to even exist until Uncharted 4. Now, why is this a problem? Because the existence of Sam Drake is a plot twist. Nathan Drake is very charismatic, yet also kind of mysterious. Yes, in the games, you're always finding hidden treasure and hidden secrets, but just like the individual plots of the games, you're discovering secrets about Nathan Drake himself. As the games go on, the more Nathan Drake's backstory is revealed to you, which makes him a much more interesting character. It is a character-driven intrigue that lasts for 4 games. But you know what? Fuck intrigue. Let's just spoon-feed Sam Drake to people now. Speaking of which, wow is his actor shit. He doesn't even have a fucking Boston accent like in the games.
Wrong. Angela never made it all the way around. You just took all the credit.
Those were our dinner conversations. We were a weird family.
Are you fucking kidding me? Also in the original games, Nathan Drake is a descendant of Sir Francis Drake. This is revealed within the framing of a TV show being recorded. It is required exposition so you know who Nathan Drake is, but the game very cleverly disguises it, so that way information doesn't feel like it's being thrown onto you. That's on top of it being delivered so naturally with great writing that's jokey about it, on top of interesting shit happening immediately afterwards.
Well, I did do my research, and apparently Francis Drake didn't have any children.
Well, history can't be wrong, you know. For example, you can't defile an empty coffin.
What the hell?
In the movie, however, Nathan Drake being a descendant of Sir Francis Drake is information that's thrown onto you.
For us, we got pirate blood in our veins. Descended from Sir Francis Drake himself.
If you're gonna have worse storytelling, what the fuck is the point? Wow, I'm so glad this adaptation is a reimagined version of the original story. They reimagined it to be fucking dog shit. So Nate and Sam Drake break into this thing to steal this map, but then uh-oh, they are caught. And they're taken back to the orphanage where Nathan Drake lives. Sam is then about to be arrested, but then Sam is all like, I'm gonna escape. But Nate's like, no, take me with you, please. Which, by the way, is 10 times less climactic than the actual game. So spoiler alert, Nate isn't actually a descendant of Sir Francis Drake. However, after he and Sam look for their mother's stuff, this woman comes out and is all like, oh, you two boys? You're Cassandra's boys. She then reveals the whole Francis Drake had heirs theory thing, but then she suddenly dies. Nate and Sam are then chased by the police, and to further escape, they change their last names to Drake. This long-term childhood lying would become a habit for Nathan Drake, and it kind of becomes part of his overall arc throughout the story. However, in the movie, Sam's all like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna leave now. Here's a fucking ring, dumbass. Where's the police chase? Where's the retroactive foreshadowing? Subtext, the fuck is that? We need to dumb the story down for fucking brainless. We then meet up with a fucking Spider-Man, where we get more After Effects tutorial type shit. Also, the worst song of all time plays. Oh yeah, by the way, the music in this movie is terrible. And the best part, I don't even have to explain why. Let's compare and contrast real quick, actually. fucking vomit. What the fuck happened? So Nathan Drake works as a bartender now for some reason. If you're wondering why, I have no fucking clue. It doesn't add anything to his character whatsoever, but he does hit on this bimbo and the scene goes fucking nowhere because she never shows up for the rest of the movie.
Don't make Negronis like this.
Nathan then passes by Marky Mark Wahlberg, who's supposed to be Sully. Fuck! Motherfucker, if that's supposed to be Sully, then I'm fucking Mr. Renner.
Victor Sullivan. You can call me Sully.
You are not Sully. The Victor Sullivan I know is charismatic. He's a grouchy, sleazy asshole that you just love.
Had to grease a few palms. Did go through the rest of your money, and a good chunk of my own, but hey.
Mark Wahlberg, meanwhile, has the charisma of a fucking carrot. I don't know what that means, but he has zero riz. So Sully's all like, come work for me, kid, because the plot convenience, which is very unlike the original game, where in that game you had a whole flashback scene in Uncharted 3, and when the two of them meet for the first time, they actually have to kind of build up trust a little bit. In the movie, fuck it. Fuck climactic chase scenes. Fuck interesting and fun characterizations. Get me out of nowhere plot convenience, daddy. When Nate's all like, no thank you, I don't want to join. So Sully leaves but gives him a funny business card in his pocket. Oh my god, it's the famous business card from Uncharted. So Nathan instantly breaks into Sully's house and sees the map from the beginning of the movie. Oh my god. But then Sully comes out, I guess. And Nate's all like, wow, this is the map from the guy with a lot of gold. Who this guy is, I don't fucking know. Because the movie doesn't place any emphasis on who exactly it is. It's delivered in the most boring and bland of ways.
This line here shows the path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
First guy to do it. You know your history.
Meanwhile, in the games, Nathan will dork over treasure. Notice how Nolan North's performance almost highlights certain names and locations.
Marco Polo leaves China with 600 passengers and 14 ships loaded down with treasure from Kublai Khan. Shambhala. Oh my god, Flynn. What? Marco Polo found Shambhala. Shangri-La.
You're joking.
A perfect raw sapphire of the deepest blue, larger around than the reach of a man's arms.
Ooh, that's gotta be worth millions.
Hundreds of millions.
First of all, it shows that Nathan Drake actually cares about the treasure. And secondly, it gets you to care about the treasure. It feels like these characters are actually making historical breakthroughs. And it feels like a real globe-trotting adventure. In the movie, I feel like I'm in some kind of weird history class.
How much gold? Today's dollars? 5 billion easy.
Where information is just thrown at you because you need it, I guess. You'll be having a test on this tomorrow. Also, it's revealed that Sully just knows Sam, I guess. And that's why he was looking for Nathan Drake in the first place.
Wait, you know my brother Sam?
Oh, we were practically friends.
Wow, what a convenient coincidence. Yeah, Nate, I magically just knew your brother. Once again, contrast this with the game, where we're told that Sam met Sully through Nathan himself, which makes perfect fucking sense to me. Sam and Nathan escape their orphanage, Nathan meets Sully at some point, and then the two of them meet and everything. And it's told so gradually too, the pacing is great. You get all the clues and everything, but you're not bogged down by backstory. What the fuck happened in the movie? Oh, but don't worry guys, it's just a reimagining. We reimagined our story to have lazy fucking coincidences.
Look at him. He has a beard.
What? No, he didn't! So at first Nathan's like, no way, I'm not doing that. But then he looks through a briefcase with the Naughty Dog logo in it. And after an emotional scene, he hits up Sully and joins him, I guess. So now sparks the plot where they're looking for the gold of Captain Who Gives a Shit. So Marky Marks are like, we gotta find this key, Nathan. And to do so, they have to infiltrate an auction house. Oh, just like Uncharted 4. So we get a montage with that generic iPhone 10-ass music I mentioned earlier. I don't remember Nathan Drake ever working out in his apartment alone like fucking Batman. But whatever gets those teenage girls in the theater, am I right? Oh my god, it's the After Effects text tutorial. Dear god, it looks like shit. Stop doing this in movies, please. Now it's time for the auction house action scene. But first we get charismatic dialogue.
Flew helicopters. I was preserving some artifacts from a museum in Baghdad.
Reminder, the games didn't have to do this. Oh, there's a funny cat joke too.
And what's with the cat?
Holy cat. She's just for you.
Okay. We then get a car scene where we get a bubble yum joke.
Or you can just go with the bubblicious. Jesus.
No, it's just bubble yum.
For some reason, this is a reoccurring joke that the writers must have thought is more funny than it actually is.
You should actually put the gum in the martini. You know, bubblegum martini.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I'm not entirely sure why. Like, yeah, the games were comedic, but there was never any point where Nathan Drake went, Roar XD, Sully, look, a cat, lol random. And there sure as hell wasn't any bubblegum jokes. Oh yes, the classic Nathan Drake character trait of, eating bubblegum. Even when the games did make a joke like this, it was usually still pretty grounded, and wasn't completely out of left field.
You know what? After this is over and done with, I'm gonna get a dog.
Hey, we come out of this in one piece, I'll buy you the damn dog.
Can I name it Victor?
It also helps that the comedy has incredible timing and isn't horribly distracting. If anything, the comedy actually builds up who these characters are. They're both satirical and mini character building moments.
What happened to you two? We've been trying to reach you for over 24 hours.
Oh, right, I need to top up my minutes.
You're using a prepaid phone?
Mate, those contracts are a complete rip-off.
In the movie, this is like the fucking Marvel humor.
Every Marvel film ranked in 6 seconds.
It's awkwardly paced and way too out of left field, and delivered by two actors who just don't have the same chemistry. Anyways, cut to the auction, where they're gonna steal the thing they need to move the plot forward. In other words, knock off Uncharted 4. We meet this character who is just knockoff Nadine. You know, if you're gonna be so unoriginal to adapt the characters without adapting the characters, why not adapt the storyline people actually want you to rip off? Oh, finally, just what I wanted from an adaptation of Uncharted. I don't want the characters that I love so much, I want fake versions of them. I mean, hey, if you just rip them off, you can't be accused of butchering them. Mark Wahlberg's Sully does that enough already. Oh yeah, Antonio Banderas is the villain too. Now, there is one thing they did adapt pretty well from the game. The villain is fucking garbage. Just boring and bland and really not worth talking about. So I'm not going to. Fucking skip. So Tom Holland goes to steal the MacGuffin. All the while the auction happens. All while Tom Holland is sneaking about. But then the most Uncharted-like joke in the movie happens.
Oh, God!
I shouldn't come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
I'm sorry?
Man, if only Tom Holland had the same charisma as Nolan North. Look, I really don't think Tom Holland's a bad actor. And furthermore, he's actually a fan of the games too. But man, he was the wrong guy at the wrong place at the wrong time. He comes off as more awkward than actually charismatic and funny. Let's do a quick side-by-side real fast.
I always wanted to try this.
You need to give that thing up already.
Oh, come on.
Huh. There's a hotel not far from here.
Chloe, now is not the time.
It's easily the tallest building in the city.
Right. Well, okay. That's good thinking.
All hands on deck! Raise the anchor! Hoist the mainsail!
Hey, Jack Sparrow. Stay sharp.
Oh, come on, man. I've been waiting to do this my entire life.
Face it, genius. You've been played. Oh, really?
Like, on its own, his performance is fine. But as Nathan Drake...
Fuck no, baby!
He is grossly miscast. Anyways, we get an action scene and yeah, Mark Wahlberg puts on a red suit out of nowhere, and the MacGuffin is grabbed. Hooray! But Sully leaves Nathan because he embarrassed himself in public. But then Sully is caught by fake Nadine, and she's all like, the treasure is mine. But then the police Deus Ex Machina themselves into the story, and Mark Wahlberg just fucking leaves. He then gets in the getaway car, but Tom Holland is there, and I guess everything's patched up now. They then fly to somewhere else. All while the VFX artists learn After Effects for the first time, where our heroes are set to meet Chloe Frazier. Now in the games, Chloe is my second favorite Uncharted character. She is incredibly rich. She's funny, has great chemistry with Nathan. She's flirty and expertly played by Claudia Black. And in Uncharted 2 has a really interesting arc. She is just as charismatic as Nathan Drake. And I can't wait to see this amazing character be put to life on screen.
Sully doesn't have any friends. I should know I'm one of them.
Who the fuck is this?
Word to the unwise, everything out of this one's mouth is an exaggeration, a half-truth.
No, God, no! No, what'd you do? No! What did you do to my wife? These fucking bastards, these So, all personality from the original Chloe just completely gone. And in its place is this complete imposter. She doesn't quip with Nathan Drake or like Nathan Drake. She just gives him the resting bitch face most of the time. Like, yeah, Nathan could get on Chloe's nerves, but she usually, like, joked back with him. She was really flirty. When she got mad, she got really upset and intense. Why did they replace this amazing character with a fucking skinwalker? Let's compare and contrast, actually.
Word to the unwise, everything out of this one's mouth is an exaggeration, a half-truth, or an outright lie.
You know what? You give me 5 minutes in that tent. That's all it'll take.
Really? 5 minutes? Well, that's great. I won't even have to get my top off.
Chloe, I was thinking more like an explosion.
You have no idea who you partnered with, do you? You don't even really know what went down.
Went down with what?
I never asked for any of your bloody heroics.
Chloe, come on. We don't have time for this.
You're right. So get off the train while you still can.
Thoughts? Altar boy?
Huh. You know, it's actually kind of romantic down here.
All right. Where's the chocolates and flowers?
Hey, I got an arrow pointing this way.
The eye of Providence. I say we go with God.
But there's literally an arrow that points this way.
Suit yourself.
Any day now.
Just don't want to get a skin up.
That was chivalrous, huh?
Yeah, it's not dead, you just gotta ask for it.
All of the charm and personality is just stripped from these characters. And Chloe's the worst example. Like, she's just a fucking bitch now. She used to be so fun. She was awesome. She was badass and cool. Now it's just... ah! But then Chloe steals the MacGuffin. You know, if I cared about these characters, maybe I'd care about the fucking treasure they're going after. So Chloe tries to run away and we get the most boring chase scene ever. This chase scene reminds me of fucking Morbius, dude. Are you kidding me? Remember in the games when the set pieces were bombastic and crazy? Now it's just boring and bland. Doesn't Sony own this IP or something? What the fuck are they doing? What were they cooking? But then Nathan stops her and is all like, hey, you need my help for the treasure. And she's all like, ah, damn it, I guess I do. So they go to this place. Also, out of nowhere, Nathan wants to fuck Chloe, even though they've had zero chemistry so far.
Whoa. Don't even think about it. What? Well, you don't catch on too quick, do you? She's not to be trusted.
As opposed to the games where Nathan and Chloe actually do have chemistry, and you can actually tell they're attracted to each other and why.
Oh. Is that an ancient Tibetan ritual dagger in your pocket?
Oh, maybe I'm just happy to see you.
Oh look, more dogshit transitions. Oh look, it's the villain of the movie. Oh look, this scene is fucking boring. Ah yes, I love boring fucking talking scenes. And ooh, they transitioned that into another talking scene? Oh my god. How will they reinterpret Uncharted next? I'm so excited. And also Chloe knows who Sam is, I guess. Ooh, and then they segue that into another talking scene? Man, what a great reinterpretation. Remind me, what happens in Uncharted again? Yeah, no, this needs reinterpreting. So Nate, Sully, and Elena are walking around or something, and they find a thing that leads them to the place where they turn the thing, and they press triangle to move the thing, and they find some stairs. So Nate and Chloe go downstairs while Mark Wahlberg goes upstairs, I guess. You know, for a movie called Uncharted, they really haven't gone anywhere Uncharted yet. Oh no, watch out, Sully, it's the bad guys. Oh no, Nathan found a lock. Oh no, now Chloe has to go on this mundane speech about how much she loves treasure hunting, while we, the audience, wait for her to unlock the goddamn door. You know, in the games, they shoot the lock. Sully then, what the fuck is this thing? Nate and Chloe then stumble into a nightclub. Ah, yes, totally in line with the Uncharted spirit. A fucking nightclub. Look, even Tom Holland's confused.
Hey, this can't be right, can it?
Nope, it is absolutely not. But uh-oh, the bad guys are in the club. Nathan and Chloe start dancing to fit in. Nathan then causes a fire in the club. Apparently, it's a distraction. But I don't know, arson seems a bit counterintuitive. The bad guy finds Nathan Drake, so there's like a bar fight scene. For some reason, there's a lot of like alcohol in the movie. And look, I love drinking my sorrows away too. But like, why? Nathan wasn't some alcohol expert in the game. He kind of struck me as a 1 or 2 beers kind of guy. Does alcohol add to Nathan's character at all? Because if it is, I don't see it. Anyways, they make it out, and yeah. We then get a single reference to a line from a previous game.
Well.
And this is a reference to a joke in Uncharted 3. However, in the original game, there was actually a punchline when he said it. So then, the joke, actually makes sense.
Well.
It's cute.
What?
Because it's a well.
It really says something when they have to steal jokes from the video games, and the jokes in the movie really aren't that funny, but the jokes they steal in the movie lack the actual punchlines, the awkwardness, the everything. We get a CG shot reminiscent of the Silent Hill movie. Nathan and Chloe are about to drown, and they're like, oh, we were about to drown! Mark Wahlberg has an action scene. Nathan and Chloe make it out alive, and they walk into this place. But uh-oh, they need Mark Wahlberg's MacGuffin, but Mark Wahlberg's all like, no, I don't trust you. I'm coming down myself, bitch. And then he drops it anyways. I guess it's meant to be a joke, but it's whatever. But finally, the movie is only halfway done. They make it into a room with a bunch of pots. Nathan presses X to lift Chloe up. There's only salt in the pots, meaning there's no gold. But there is a map to the gold, but Chloe points a gun at Nathan. Oh no, she double-crossed them like in Uncharted 2? Except that in Uncharted 2, there was a pretty good love triangle, which made Chloe double-crossing Nathan hurt that much more. And not to mention, Chloe was played by a good actor. In this movie, it's not shocking because I don't care about the character. But then Chloe's all like, you don't know what really happened with Sam. Then she knocks him out and steals the map. But Nathan wakes up and Sully's there to save him. But Nathan's all like, what happened to my brother? Which on that note, I want to go on a tangent. In Uncharted 4, the first 3 chapters are dedicated to Sam Drake. There's an N. Medias Res opening. It briefly establishes these characters and what they're going to become. Flashback to the real opening of the game. You begin in the orphanage. You sneak out with him. And this establishes Nate and Sam's long history. They aren't great people and don't have a lot, but they do have each other. The game flashes forward to Panama. Nate's a little older, Sam's a little older. The way they talk, you can tell they have a history. And the way they talk and look at each other. The way they discuss Captain Avery's treasure. This is a lifelong big deal to them. There's real passion in what they're talking about.
There is a cathedral of St. Dismas in Scotland.
Wait, the last sighting of Avery was in Scotland.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
But then shit starts getting hairy. Fights break out, people double-cross them, leading to an adrenaline-filled getaway. But then something happens. Sam dies. Okay, well, he doesn't actually die. He's better later on in the game, of course. But this scene establishes something, how much Nathan cares for Sam. And it gets you to care for him, too. Nathan holds on to Sam. But it's too late. Sam drops and dies. And you can tell just how traumatic this is for Nathan.
We gotta move.
Oh, no, he's still down there.
No, he's gone. Come on, the boat's just beyond the wall.
No, I can't.
In the games, you watch Sam die. And this trauma carries over into the very next scene. When Nathan sees a folder that could potentially have him relive his brother's death, he shuts that shit out. It's a moment I never truly stopped thinking about. It's one of the most human parts of the entire series. An amazing series of events that establishes the story going forward. Meanwhile, in the movie, it's expository dialogue. Hey, you wanna know what's more exciting than watching your brother die? Having the fucking guy from the goddamn tent movie my goddamn brother die! Are you fucking shitting me? Are you shitting me?
They opened fire and Sam got shot.
What? Why? This doesn't improve the story, like, at all. They fucking broke the rule of show don't tell. Even though in the game, the best part about this scene was that it showed and didn't tell. It's not just that it's different and it's terrible. Fuck this movie, fuck the people who made it, and don't you fucking tell me it's not that bad. No, it is that bad, especially when you replace emotional scenes with fucking talking. This movie has zero soul. Zero passion. It's barely fucking art. It's made to cash in on a goddamn name brand that's popular, missing the entire point of why that brand is popular in the first place. And we're still not done. So Mark Wahlberg walks away because he's mad now. Chloe's working with the bad guys. Yeah. Nathan's real sad because his brother's gone. And Mark Wahlberg's like, I'm sorry, but Nathan's like, no, fuck you. I'm gonna work with you, but then we're going our separate ways, bitch. So they infiltrate the plane and we get 5 million years of the bad guys talking. Oh, the Nadine knockoff kills off Puss in Boots, making her the de facto bad guy now. I fucking guess.
It was literally the worst 10 hours of my life.
Oh god, he had to watch the Uncharted movie 5 times. The two are sneaking around the ship. But then they encounter the bad guys, so Nathan Drake does a thing. Which means we eventually get the scene that happened in the beginning of the movie. Whoa! You know, I really miss when this was a cool narrative thing the sequel did, and not some vapid attempt to masquerade as the game. Oh look, we did that thing you like in the games, therefore we are an Uncharted movie. Oh, by the way, it was only in 2 games, so it's barely even a staple. Uncharted didn't invent the Enma Diaz Res opening, and once again, only 2 games actually used it and made sense. So Chloe's now going against the bad guys for some reason. She probably realized she wasn't getting paid enough for being in this pile of shit. Then she drives out of a car and hits Nathan out of the plane. And one 2014 era CGI shot later, they land in the text-on-screen ocean, where they talk about fucking nothing for 2 minutes. Contrast this with the actual game. Nathan crash lands in the middle of the desert. You get these beautiful, sweeping shots that are playable, by the way. You witness Nathan questioning his sanity, suffering from exhaustion. There's this grand, epic sense of tension going on here. In the movie, fuck you, they just talk for a couple minutes. But then they wash up on an island somewhere, where we get a...
Whoa! What the hell happened to you two?
Nolan North! Okay, well, now Noah North, the voice actor for Nathan Drake in the game, is just inserted here like a goddamn Stan Lee cameo. Oh, that's what they did. They turned Uncharted into fucking Marvel cape shit. So that's why this movie is fucking vapid dog shit. Although there is one positive, that positive being Nolan North's little toesy woesies.
Oh, Nolan, let me get a whiff of those grippers.
Also, this is the only time the actual Uncharted theme plays. That's right, that iconic bum 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 bum. You know, one of the greatest gaming themes of all time. Yeah, the only time it plays in this movie is when the voice actor randomly comes out. It's as if the movie is just telling you to play the games instead. Oh, but then they win you back by transitioning that into a boring talking scene. This movie literally only makes me two things: really angry and really bored. But then Nathan Drake finds out the keys are actually in his asshole the whole time. I don't fucking know. I don't care. But uh-oh, the bad guys are at Treasure Island. Meanwhile, I guess Chloe and Nate had sex off screen. You see, the chemistry between them is so bad. The only reason I know they would have slept together is because they did in the game. Wow, you gotta love the storytelling by association method they got going on here. But then Chloe leaves for no reason because she remembered she's in the fucking Uncharted movie.
I'm sorry, Nate, but I learned the hard way the minute you start to trust someone, you lose.
Man, I miss when in Uncharted 2 they ended off being just friends. And Chloe had a redemption arc and everything, which made her go beyond just femme fatale. Seeing her tell Nate to go for Elena is really heartwarming in the end. In the Uncharted movie, her last line is, "Oh, I can't trust anyone, Nate. I'm sorry, mate." On Uncharted 2, this is her last line.
My turn to walk away. But admit it, you're gonna miss this ass.
God, why couldn't we just have that in the movie? Nathan then makes it to Who Gives a Fuck Island, where he finds the secret Uncharted 4 set piece. Once again, with none of the emotional impact. Oh, but now Sully's here for no reason. And they find the gold, I guess. But Nathan's all like, "Fuck you, this is all you, you're a greedy asshole." You know, a third act conflict bullshit. Which is an insanely generic plot trope that the games didn't have to fucking do. But now the bad guys are here. And they're searching the ship now. So Sam and Sully are hiding. And the bad guys carry the pirate ships and giant helicopters. Look, I know the Uncharted games are very over the top, but my suspension of disbelief can only go so far. So Nate and Sully have an action scene, and yeah. And TLDR, Sully hijacks the helicopter. We then get more and more set piece action, which is so fucking heavily CG. It looks like plastic toys crashing into each other. And after all this action, the one Irish guy fucking dies, the Nadine knockoff fucking dies, and Nathan gets in the helicopter, and now they got a bunch of gold now. And the two of them fly off into the goddamn sunset. But then we get a post-credit scene that teases Sam Drake. Like it's a goddamn Marvel movie. But fucking goddamn it, these aren't fucking superheroes. These are side characters with very specific roles and functions. This is the equivalent of taking Lord of the Rings, wrapping Return of the King into like a Fellowship of the Goddamn Ring, but you don't put Boromir in it and just tease him after the credits of the movie. Wow, what a great reinterpretation. They reinterpreted Uncharted as cape shit. Oh, but thankfully we get another post-credit scene because this is a fucking Marvel movie now. Hey, look guys, Nathan Drake is wearing that one Uncharted shirt. Whoa, it's from the beta. Whoa, they looked up Uncharted trivia on fucking Google.
I'll tell you if you tell me what Roman wants with my ring.
Whoa, Gabriel Roman from Uncharted 1 is mentioned? I would like to see him in a movie. Whoa, Mark Wahlberg has a mustache now, like Sully in the games? I wish that were in the whole movie. Oh look, Sully has his cat now, so the cat joke came full circle. And the movie ends with one last oh crap.
Oh crap.
Yeah, oh crap is right. This movie, you know, if you wanted to prove that there was no loving God, this would be a good example, because I really don't see how a loving God could let the Uncharted movie happen. Like, fucking Christ, give Alpha and Omega 5 some credit. It's 40 minutes. Little cars can be funny sometimes. The Monster High movie, they aren't trying to ruin Nathan fucking Drake. American Satan, at least Andy Biersack isn't playing as the goddamn Victor Sullivan. Like, look, okay, I may be passionate, I may be biased, I love the game, but that's also exactly the problem. This is a slap in the face to fans of the game. It's too vapid for general audience goers to enjoy it. And yet this is a problem the games absolutely didn't have. The games had excellent characters, excellent writing, amazing performances. All this the movie doesn't fucking have at all. The movie treats the famous Uncharted set pieces and iconography like goddamn superhero villains. But yet they're not. They have context to them. You're just spray painting worse versions of pre-existing ideas from the game. But yet you don't copy the thing that people want to see? Oh, speaking of which, there's no Elena in the movie. Why? Elena is the whole reason Uncharted's character arcs happen. The brilliance of the games is that secretly they're a love story. Each treasure feels like almost this symbolic thing. Like in Uncharted 2, the deeper they go into Shambhala, the crazier both finding the treasure and Nate's relationship gets. And Nate is juggling two entirely different things that are spiraling out of his control. In Uncharted 3, he's trying to find the mystery of his ring, but TLDR, he loses it and trades it for his estranged wife Elena. He loses his famous ring that he wears around his neck for a wedding ring.
I'm really sorry about your ring.
It's all right.
I swapped it for something better.
And in Uncharted 4, Nate and Sam spiral downward similar to Captain Avery and Thomas 2. Nate constantly lies to Elena, further destroying their relationship. But you know what Nate does? He gets back up. He wins her back. And not by being the famous action hero, but goddammit, by just being human. By just apologizing to her.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
In Uncharted 2, the big train set piece is symbolic. The love triangle is completely off the rails. One lover is double-crossing him, and the other, it's implied he broke her heart. She wants nothing to do with him. But god damn it, you know what Nathan Drake does? He climbs out of that fucking train and tries his hardest to not fuck up his love with Elena. Uncharted is not some funny action comedy. The brilliance of Uncharted is that secretly, right underneath the surface, it is about an incredibly flawed man-child who constantly hurts the person he loves the most, but god damn it, finds a way to redeem himself in the end. The real Uncharted treasure isn't the treasure that Nathan Drake finds. As corny as it sounds, the real Uncharted treasure is love. And this would lay the groundwork for Naughty Dog, allowing them to create their magnum opus, The Last of Us. And that, on top of the pitch-perfect character writing, is the appeal of Uncharted. In the movie, all these characters are miscast shells of their former selves. Why is Chloe here? Why is she so boring? Why is Sully so boring? Why is the plot so vapid? Why is the dialogue so not fun or lively? Why isn't it adapting the game? In fact, what makes me hate the Uncharted movie even more is the recent existence of The Last of Us show. This is the kind of adaptation I wanted Uncharted to be. And yeah, while the show isn't fully out yet, and I certainly wouldn't call it perfect, it's still pretty phenomenal. The casting for the most part is absolutely on point, and the themes and emotional beats, the main appeal of The Last of Us, the story of loss and grief and a hope in the darkest of times, an exploration of what it means to be human is still there. It's fun seeing my parents react to some of the emotional moments of The Last of Us, and remembering what I felt when I played the game so many years ago. Seeing that impact be carried over into a different medium is important, because with that you carry over the appeal, the reason we love these characters in the first place. And let me tell you, some of the most heartbreaking and best parts of The Last of Us are very well translated here. And furthermore, The Last of Us does actually take liberties. The difference is that a lot of these liberties are actually really powerful moments, and further expand the universe and characters. Yeah, in some parts I do prefer the game. If not a lot of parts, I will fully admit I might have a bias, but I will acknowledge this show is incredibly strong. It simultaneously stays faithful to the original while taking new liberties and putting the story in new directions. Here's my question. How much can you defend a reimagining until it's bastardized? Is it really that wrong to ask for a true adaptation to one of my favorite games? Adaptations are meant to share stories, share characters. What the fuck does the Uncharted movie share? By trying to reach the generic lowest common denominator, you end up creating a soulless piece of anti-art. You're making a movie to cash in on a name brand. Nobody behind this movie really cared about preserving the spirit of Uncharted. And that's why, in my opinion, this is worse than anything I have ever talked about. This movie is everything I hate about bad cinema. It's evidence that a lot of times a mediocre movie might just be worse than a bad movie. With a bad movie, you can engage with it. With a mediocre movie, you really can't. And with a movie like Uncharted that's built on the rubble of a way better story, it just adds insult to injury. It's an unengaging mess. In 2007, millions of people fell in love with Nathan Drake and Elena and Sully. In 2009, 2011, and 2016, Chloe, Cutter, and Sam were added to that list. And it's sad that in 2022, the movie about the universe couldn't do the same. I'm going to bed, fuck this movie. Kitty got wet. Watch The Last of Us instead.
Nah, fuck you in the lane you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch. Nah, throw that shit in fifth. Rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star. I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds. I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on the lawn. Hey, laying outside in the summer sun. Yeah, we can fight, but the feeling's gone. I try to find the words, but they never come. I can still see you on Sabbath. She put them ones all down on a Hyundai, and she had to have it. And she gone through ready for the runway. Shawty, you the baddest. Aye, baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
Hey, I'm Nathan Drake. If you're the adventurous type like me, then get in on the Subway Taste for Adventure for a chance to win epic trips and exclusive access to Uncharted 3. Get your code on 30-ounce drinks today. Subway, where winners eat. Ow.
Excuse me, sir, but what would you do if Post Malone was sitting down right behind you?
Post Malone? Bro, he fell off.
Candy paint with the white.
Yo!